And we are live. What's good? What's good, Josh? Your man DL Saint. Oh boy. Y'all know I'm still trying to get the audio just right. Just so. Uh so yeah. Alright, here we go. I think that's a little bit better. What's good, y'all? Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, y'all. It's hump day. And yeah, man, we're gonna be talking a little bit about law enforcement. Um, there we go. That sounds much gooder. We're gonna be talking a little bit about law enforcement today, um, and how the enforcement of law in this country. There's it's messed up on both sides, y'all. Let's just keep it 100. There's police out there. My big thing is let's get police trained up. Let's get them trained. This defund the police stuff is nonsense. Let's get police trained up. That's my thing. Um, And there's going to be some examples, a couple examples we're going to look at as to what I mean by that. And then there's something that I came across that we're going to touch on today as well, that I want to just look at the end of this episode. Like the last thing we're going to do, we're going to look at it. It's the Dallas Love airport shooting. Definitely want to talk about that at the end. Um, Because I look at the video and those police officers did a good job. Luckily no one other than the shooter was injured. Um, Obviously just reading articles, this particular woman has mental issues. It is what it is. Um, but just looking at what happened, I'm just kind of going over the video and I'm weighing what I'm seeing on the video versus what the police reports are saying, the reports of what's going on, like what media is saying that is contained in the police reports, and what media is saying. I'm just kind of looking at it, and I don't know. I see some things that just makes me scratch my head. I'm not law enforcement. I've never been trained in law enforcement, but as y'all know, I did serve. I am a soldier. I did serve. I do have military training, so it's definitely something I want to look at. And as a matter of fact, yeah, it's definitely something I want to look at. So it's not just me today, man. We also got in the house, we got Jay Swans in the house. You know what I mean? He's just getting himself all settled in, and I'm about to bring him up right now.
Oh, there
And
it
there,
goes.
yeah, I got you, bro. I had you down just saying. I saw you were just setting everything up, but welcome, man. I got you.
No, you had me. I was all whited out.
No, because you were down getting ready. That's why I
Hold
didn't,
on.
I didn't bring you up
What
right
is
away.
Alexa? Shut up.
Yeah, that's how he talks to his computer, y'all. That's how he talks to his AI. That's gonna be, the woke mob. There's gonna come a time when the woke mob is gonna be talking about how you treat your AI, how you treat your computers. You shouldn't say
No,
shut up to your
no,
computer.
not me. Never
It's
that. No,
coming.
no,
It's coming.
brother. First of all, you're talking to the guy that pretty much can tell people to fuck off, and they be like, "Thank you." I don't know how that works, but they.
Yeah, I don't know how it works either, man, because I don't get that reaction. I don't get that reaction, man. But yeah, man, and I'm gonna switch it up, man. So like Jay Swan sent me a video earlier in the week
Hold
about
on.
this.
Which one?
Well, the one that we're doing a show on about an incident
Oh,
where
okay. I got you,
law
man.
enforcement pulls up. Now I'm gonna
Dallas.
go back to the we're gonna end with Dallas, but we're gonna start with what the show was supposed to. See, I wasn't sure. I thought something may have came up on your end, so I was gonna pivot to Dallas just to give you some time. But you jumped on, so we'll close with that.
Oh, we're gonna close. Oh, okay.
We'll
That's
close with
right.
Dallas.
That's right.
We'll yeah, we'll close with Dallas. But we're gonna start with the video you sent me, and I'm just gonna cue that up now.
Okay.
And in this video, uh, the police officer was treating this citizen a certain way, and we're just gonna let the video play out, and then Jay Swan's not gonna definitely talk about it. So here's the video right here. Um, you're gonna see a law enforcement officer pull up, get out of his car, starts walking, and then like this thing is gonna unfold, and you guys will be able to see the rest of it here in a second. So here we go, man. We're just gonna play the video.
All right. You gonna play the whole video?
We're gonna play most of it.
Oh.
And we can talk during the video. So this is the police officer
I
right now
was
pulling
gonna
up.
say, I was gonna say, I'm like, man, this feels awkward right now.
No, he's pulling up in his car right now. He's out of his vehicle. First of all, why is he out of his vehicle?
Because he got called about a burglary or something like that.
A burglary in progress. So here's a vehicle going by. There's an SUV here. There's another sedan going by. Okay, he's still walking. He's walking. Here's a vehicle that's coming out of a driveway. So right now, if you again, we don't have any law enforcement training, but what are you thinking if you this guy?
You know, I'm kind of trying to figure out where this car is going. I mean, because they look like they're a little bit confused as it is. So he's flagging them down. All right.
Hey, stop the car. Stop.
So he starts right off with "Stop the fucking car."
Well, he put his hand up first to kind of get her to stop, and she, you know, it looked like she almost ran him over, and he's trying to stop her.
I still think that's unprofessional. Why you swearing?
Yeah, you know, you're right, but
All right, so we'll continue.
Stay here? What are you doing here? Turn the
let's
car
see.
off.
Pause it
Turn
there.
the car.
That right there is when I kind of start to have a problem. Like, are you from here? What are you doing here? You know, doesn't matter. You know, what can I do for you, officer? You know, that kind of thing.
So that would be your response, as
Yeah.
opposed to what does it matter? What? Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'd be like, what can I do for you? What's the problem? That'd be me. Yeah. What can I do for you?
All right, and you will have the window already down. All right, so we'll
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. I'd have all my windows
Carl,
down.
now.
And, you know, but that's part of that. Oh, hold on. I'd have all my windows down because, you know, when you have a concealed carry in California, that's one of the things they talk to you about is, you know, when you get stopped, just roll all your windows down, especially when you have tinted windows. Puts everybody at ease kind of thing.
Yeah, because law enforcement is fucking scared to death. I get it. I'm not mad at them. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Well, take a look at that angle right there. You know what I mean? Like someone sitting there with an AK pointing at you, you wouldn't even know.
You have
So
no idea what's in that vehicle. You have no idea what's in that
You're
vehicle.
already going to be a little jumpy. So he's already turned up because, you know, he kind of flagged her down and she didn't stop. So he's already turned up. And then she's turned up because he's asking, what are you doing here? You know, so everybody's turned up now. There's no de-escalation going on that I can see.
There's no de-escalation. And if we are keeping score, let me kind of keep a little score here.
You try to keep score?
I got cop, and then I got what am I gonna call her? Lady. I'm just gonna say lady. It would be nice. Got cop, and I got lady.
I was going 304.
Yeah, I got cop and I got lady. So right off rip, we already agreed that I'm giving bad marks on this police officer. I think the first mark I'm gonna give is he left his cruiser. I don't know why, so I'm gonna give a mark for that. Like he should have done that.
He just got out the car. Like he just got out his car. I mean, you know, once again, you can't give him.
All right. So I won't. All right, I'll take that back. But
take that
definitely
back.
he definitely gets a mark for stop the fucking car.
Yeah, but I mean, but once again, initially, he was like, hey, you know, flagging him down,
But she also gets a mark for
not stopping.
not stopping.
Not stopping initially. You know what I mean? Like,
And
why?
then she gets a mark for. Does she get a mark for? What does she say? None of your business. Not none of your business, but I don't know right here.
I don't know what she said. You got to back it up. Do it. There you go. That's good. See, you trying. Hey, what's going on? Stop.
Hey, stop the car. Stop. You stay here? What are you doing here?
See, okay, right there.
Turn the car.
Right there, she gets a mark for that. Why does it matter?
No, he gets a mark for what are you doing here? You know, what I mean,
right.
like that's none of your business. I'm waving my junk around. You know, what I mean, this is what I do. I like to get in my car and drive around neighborhoods. That's none of your business.
But she gets a mark for saying. Does she get a mark or no? That's just a mark on him.
Yeah, she gets a mark because I mean, both of them at that point, it's unnecessary. Like, you know,
Because she could have said, like you said initially, she could have stopped, rolled the windows down. Hey, officer, how you doing?
what's up? What can I do for you?
Okay, so all right, they're 2-2 right now. We'll keep going.
All right.
Car off. Turn the car off now. Turn the car off now. Turn the
Now,
car
okay,
off.
hold on. Here we go. Hold on a sec. I would have told her to turn the car off too, especially if she almost hit me and wasn't stopping. Because I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Now, once again, now he's ramped up. Okay, he's ramped up, so he's like, turn the car off. She don't want to
Yeah.
get it now. I don't
He
know why
opened the
he's
door. He
I don't
opened the
know
door.
why- Yeah, I don't know why that's going on. Yeah, you know, what I mean, I don't know what that's about. Unless
Because this is Florida, and Florida has castle doctrine, right? So he opened the door.
yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing to do with the castle doctrine. Like she's not gonna pull a gun out and shoot him.
But in the but no. But in the castle doctrine, it's supposed to be your vehicle's an extension of your home.
I guess I don't know. I don't know. That's
And not knowing, and if anybody out there, I'm gonna ask some legal people later on. But if in fact that your vehicle is an extension of your home, law enforcement just can't open your door and go into your home. So thereby, can they open your vehicle door and go into your car?
Isn't there something about reasonable suspicion or suspected of a crime or something like that? So that gets weird, man. That's
It does get weird, but is there anything reasonable right now?
Well, the fact that he's there for burglaries in the neighborhood, she tried to run him over. She didn't stop the car when he asked her to stop, and now she's feeling a little jittery and nervous. So I mean, I don't know what law enforcement rules are.
All right, so we'll just leave it. We'll leave it 2-2 for now.
Yeah,
we'll leave it 2-2.
I'm seeing no like, hey, everybody, calm down for a second. Let me just figure out what's going on. I'm not seeing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at 2-2 for a second, and we'll continue.
All right.
Turn the off now.
He cursed again. I gotta give him a mark for that.
That's unprofessional. I mean,
I gotta give him a mark for that. Turn the fucking car off. All right.
Now, hold on. Now, okay, stop. I'm not a cop, all right? But somehow I have a problem with him reaching across in the car to grab the car keys, because if he's right-handed, all right, and he's reaching in with his right hand, isn't his gun sitting right there?
All she has to do is lock up on his arm with her meager body weight. We can see there's someone else in the vehicle.
Yeah, there's another
she
guy.
Locks up on that arm. He can't get to his weapon. So I'm gonna give him a mark for that, because that's just bad.
I mean,
that's dangerous for him. That's just bad training. I'm gonna give him a mark on that.
Okay, I mean, once again, I need cop people on here, because to me, I'm like, that's how you get shot, with your own gun, to me. But hey.
Or that's how you get restricted to where you can't reach your weapon. You're right-handed. Even your secondary weapon, everything you have is gonna be geared to your right hand.
Now maybe he's left-handed.
Maybe he's left-handed. We'll see. We'll be able to see later on as the video plays out what side his weapon is on. But reaching in like that into a confined space, look, he's reaching over her arm. All she has to do is lock up on his arms and just hold it. And what's he gonna do?
Yeah. So I mean, and I don't. I mean, I guess he wants to. I mean, I don't know. So once again, I don't know. I'd have been more inclined to, like, if I felt like it was this much of an issue, I might have just snatched her out of the car. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm not a cop, so
I'm not a cop. We're not trained law enforcement people. But I tell you what, if we was on the team doing this and we made this stop on the vehicle that we might think is the enemy vehicle, we're not doing this.
I would have just snatched her out of the car. If I felt that I needed to reach in and take the keys out, I probably would have just snatched her out of the car.
All right, fair enough. So we'll continue.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that. I'll put
Central,
you
send me a second,
hold on,
man.
let me go.
Hey,
Let me
explain to you what we're doing.
Okay.
Put your hands on me. And
Right
I'll
here.
say what-
Respond.
Just stop. Right there. Okay. He's trying to de-escalate. That he's already pissed her off.
Right.
Doing all that. But he's trying, and she's taking it to another level. All right. She is taking it to another level. Okay. Even if he was in the wrong, he's still a law enforcement officer. He can still jam your ass up. Right.
But you know what? I'm gonna give him another mark though. This is like training stuff. We got another individual here that just got out the car.
Oh yeah.
Right. We got an individual here. This police officer is locked up on this individual here.
Well,
and he's going back and forth and they're yelling, they're doing whatever. He asked for backup. And backup isn't there yet. What is going on below the eye line with this guy? And this is just a young innocent victim here. I'm gonna call him a victim because watching all this, he's being, this is the reason black folks don't trust cops.
He's sitting there thinking, one of us about to get shot.
One of us about to get shot. This is about to go. Look at his face. Like, this is about to go horribly wrong. He's looking at this. But if I'm law enforcement, I don't like this.
Now,
I don't like this.
Okay, now, so now the officer is getting ramped up now because this dude just got out the car. She's in his face yelling. He's trying to talk to her calmly. He really is. He's like, hey, hold on. He's trying to talk to her. Okay, and now this guy got out. So you giving the officer a point for this, but what about you not giving her nothing?
We'll definitely give her one because I mean she ramped up out of control. Now because of all this, because of her getting aggressive like this, law enforcement got to do something. I can't just let you.
Got to change everything. Like I said, she's acting like? She's acting like that baby mama shit. You know what I mean? The showing up at somebody's house and or you go pick up your son and you got a brand new car and you got your girlfriend in the ride. and the baby mama want to come outside and start clapping and that kind of shit, that's what she's doing right now.
Yeah, and I feel real bad for this young man right here because he has to be terrified. He has to be terrified.
Or he's
right
sitting
now.
there like, damn it.
Well, a little bit of both. It's like, what do I do?
Here
Right.
she goes, because
Here she
acting like
goes.
this ain't the first time she's been in this
Oh,
type of
absolutely, absolutely. So we'll continue.
yeah.
I don't give
Hold
a
up. I'm
Don't
responding
you
to an
ever
alarm call.
put your
Hell
hands on me
out.
and I didn't turn up on you.
Turn around.
Watch your mouth. Oh my
See?
mama.
Nobody's
I don't
under
Stop
Hell out.
touching me.
Look, there's more people.
Yeah.
There are
And
more
what's it-
people.
And what's he trying to do? He's trying to put her in handcuffs, get her calm, and get her, get the situation under control. Because you got more people moving around.
There are more people. Like, and again, definitely got to get her a point for her action, like the language she's using, and then I'm gonna give her a point now because she's about to say I'm gonna spit on you. So I have to give her a point for that.
Which is I believe is assault.
It can be. It can be. So let me jump out the screen for a second. So far, yeah, I mean, on my side, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm checking the chat to see if anybody jumped in. We've had a couple people kind of jump in and just kind of jump out, but nothing in the chat. But here's the thing. You pulled someone over, the window was down a little bit. All right, looks like it might be one person in this vehicle. 3 people got out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not including the driver.
And she's acting real funky right now.
It's been real aggressive. So
You know what I'm saying? And you're there for, burglaries or whatever. He was there, you know what I mean, to find out what was going on. And now she's taking this to a whole nother level.
a whole nother level. So we'll continue.
Turn around. Ma'am, turn
He
around.
almost said fuck again.
You're not under
I don't
arrest.
care.
See, now she's resisting.
Hostile. Don't you ever put your hands on me. I'll spit on you.
Right there. She said I'll spit on you.
See, now, okay, pause it.
Stop.
Pause it now. Pause it. Now, okay, he's trying to put her in handcuffs. He's trying to talk her down. All right. At what point does he get to bounce her head off the hood? And I said, calm the fuck down.
I don't know. That's what I mean about the training. I would say that in this particular situation, you have the person you're dealing with plus 3 others.
Yep.
You're going to have to get a little more aggressive. You're going to have to secure this individual quickly so you
Yes.
can see what's going on, because where did the other people go?
You know?
They got out the vehicle and they started moving. Where did they go?
Now, like you said, the officer, he ain't pulled out no taser. He ain't pulled out no gun. He ain't said you're under arrest. You know what I mean?
In fact, he said you're not under arrest. He
Yes.
said you're not. I'm not placing you under arrest, but I want to put these handcuffs on you.
Uh-huh. And mind
Now-
you, look, to me, the reason he's doing it is because there's way too much going on right now. I got people moving around me. I got you acting like this.
I need to secure this somehow.
Yes.
So I mean, and that's at
And
this
mind you,
point.
He hasn't been, like he was rude as hell talking to her initially. Well, not even really rude, just like asking
He's just
questions.
using vulgar language, but he hasn't roughhoused her at all, really.
He ain't done nothing to bring this shit on himself.
He can easily snatch this woman up and slam her to the ground,
Yes.
put those handcuffs on if he wanted to. If he really wanted to press this, he could easily do that. But it's to your point, where in your training where that's not acceptable, but that's the next step. Does that make sense? Where in your training where you get to, hey man,
I can tell you, if I was in his situation with no training, all right, I might not have talked to her the way. I might not have been like, "What are you doing here?"
I certainly would have said
I
that.
might not have started with that. Okay.
Hey, can I ask you a few questions? I just want to ask you a few questions.
I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" But the moment that she tried to get out the car, okay, first of all, when she started talking crazy, and I look in the window and I see, somebody in the passenger seat and maybe somebody in the back seat or whatever, I'm already a little uncomfortable. And then she gets out of the car acting like this and doing all this, talking about I'm gonna spit on you. I have no training. I probably would have bounced off the car and be like, "Why don't you shut the fuck up? Put these handcuffs on."
But the point being, the way he approached, I mean, he opened the door, he reached in, you know what I mean? So the reason she's out the vehicle is because of his actions.
Okay, but once again, she take it to a whole nother level. And he probably, once again, I'm not a cop, but I know if I'm doing the stop and I'm trying to get you to stop and you're trying to drive off, and then I look in the car and you got people in the back seat, the windows are all tinted, you're acting all crazy. I don't
And
know.
that's why I gave him that negative mark. He had no idea who's in that vehicle. I'm not even sure if he's aware that 3 people came out of that vehicle at this point.
God, who knows? But I mean, to me, this is a scenario of how cops get hurt. I can tell you that.
This is a scenario how cops get hurt. This is a scenario how innocent people get shot.
Yeah,
Because of that. People are popping out that vehicle, man. Like at some point, he's gonna want to go for his primary weapon. So we'll continue.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Get down.
Hey, chill, bro. Chill, bro.
So it appears
Yeah.
that this person is trying to help the police officer.
Yes.
But the guy, look at the distance. The guy was touching the police officer.
Well, no, I don't think he did. I think he grabbed.
Not on purpose, but he was so close that they were touching. And now he's there to help the officer. But my point is how close. You don't know what type of weapons this person has on him.
Now here you go. Now, okay, now this officer in this situation right here, to me, once again, this is military stuff. Now, would have been completely justified drawing his weapon and shooting somebody. You know, I'm trying to deal with this person here. She's being aggressive. This guy comes running over at me. I don't know what's going on. I got another person moving around. You know, but that's military stuff, right? Like I'm trying to, but no, the brother grabbed her. And it's like, calm down. So the officer sees that, right? He's like, okay, you know, dude's trying to calm her down. Like everybody trying to calm her down. All right, everybody trying to calm her down. Because even the officer almost said, "Fuck." He caught himself like, hold on, let me
try to keep this right. Calm down. So you're right, everybody. But my point being that she has caused such a. We gotta give her another point. She's caused such a dangerous situation, not only for this police officer. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the police officer was in the wrong. I think the police officer was in the wrong the way he approached her. I believe that. However, that doesn't justify the fact that she's gotten at not just herself, but everyone in the car. And they look like young people. She has put everyone at risk. Right? Because it's kind of like you said. At this point, hey, should the police officer be pulling his weapon, telling everybody to sit down?
I would have. You know what I mean? That's me. Because, you know, but I mean, I don't know. But the situation, like you said, the dude grabbed her. He's trying to calm her down, all right? And she ain't listening to him. Like, let me go back to that situation. I said, you just pulled up on your new Ferrari, you know, with your little hot girlfriend, and the baby mama comes outside, and she want to start clapping and acting an ass.
Yeah, I get that. And here's the thing. He put out a call for backup. So there are more police officers en route to the scene.
Not knowing what happened, and his brother just walked up and grabbed her. And if they had seen that brother running up there to try to grab her, they'd have thought he was trying to fight the officer.
And just from that angle, it made look like, because they got so close, it appeared that they even touched shoulders, trying to calm this woman down. But from that point of view, that officer on the scene, he doesn't know what's going on.
Nope.
So people, this is what we're talking about. There's plenty of blame to go around, and we're just using this particular video, you know what I mean, as a training tool. But as you can see, it's tough. So we're gonna continue.
They stop.
40 Central, I'm stepping up.
Taser. How to tase their ass.
Get down
See?
now. Get down.
Her hair done came off, man. Shoes off. He's sitting there trying to get her under control. She won't run away. Just run away then. I mean, at this point, I'm just running away then.
For real. And if you notice, the brother that was sitting right there, he was just like, damn.
He had to back up. Let me back up,
Yeah,
man.
he's
She done
like,
went too
man.
far. I can't even help you now.
Nope.
Right? Because it appeared that she pushed the police officer. I think that might be assault.
Right. Oh, yeah. But she puts her hands on him, you know. And once again,
It might be assault.
The first brother tried to like, hey, will you calm down? Try to grab her. She fought him off. Then his other brother, he's just standing there like, damn, here it goes. You know what I mean? So the officer's like, them two dudes are no longer a threat. She's the one acting an ass now.
She's the one acting as Miss AKA Lady. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate the support. Me and Jay Swans are sitting here talking about. We're reviewing this video of a police officer who stops a car. Say again.
What's she eating for lunch? I didn't get lunch yet. I'm hungry.
I don't know what you having for lunch, Miss AKA. You know, Jay Swans is always hungry. But we're reviewing this video of this police officer who stopped a car, apparently full of people, full of young people.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of trying to break down their actions of the police officer and the driver along with the passengers. We're just kind of breaking this thing down. Yeah, that happens to be a crazy sister. So welcome, Miss AKA lady. Thanks for coming. So we're going to continue. Oh, go ahead.
My big issue with this right now is, you know, any opportunity that she had to kind of, you know, hey, this is an illegal stop or this. Well, you know, okay, let's say it's an illegal stop. You know what? She's gonna get that, right?
Do you want to say that for the end, or you want to say that for like the final thoughts, or you want to say it now?
I don't know. It don't matter. Just keep going. We'll do it then.
All right.
We'll do it live.
Now, turn around and put your hands
What's this
behind your back.
bullshit?
Get down.
I don't care.
And he's being gentle. He's being gentle.
Yes.
Get down.
Move in the car. Move it. Stop. Put
He didn't slam her down. He just kind of put her down. He's being gentle.
Oh, you just hit him
Put your hands
again,
behind your back. Now, turn.
and she's resisting.
Listen, most police officers by this point will slam you down. They will put
knee in
their
her
knee
back.
on your neck. Yes, and they will secure you. But this officer is still trying his best to be as gentle as possible. Listen, y'all. I'm not trying to justify his actions. I'm just calling strikes and balls.
Bro,
right
when you
here.
see it, like this is
Calling
this
strikes
the
and
problem.
balls.
This is the problem in America right now. Everybody wants to, you know, see this from their, you know, from their lens. Like, well, you know, like hold on.
Right.
The officer, you know, like I said, he tried to stop her. She kept driving. All right. She tried to keep driving. Then he was like, well, fucking stop the car. You know, I don't think he should have reached in the car, but once again, we don't know law enforcement protocol, right? But the moment that she lost her shit was when she lost basically her, what am I trying to say? She lost the high ground. She lost her advantage. As soon as she started losing her shit, because no matter what she says in the court of law, especially here in Florida, all they're going to be is, well, hold on. You said you were going to spit on this officer.
Right.
You know, you swung at this officer. You pushed this officer down.
And even beyond that, I'm looking at it from a technical standpoint, from the police officer standpoint. I think he was wrong in stopping this person. But once he got into it, no idea how many people are in the vehicle. Didn't command or ask or however you want to put it to roll the windows down. Couldn't really see. He's focused on this person. We counted at least 3 people that jumped out that vehicle.
Yeah.
We don't know if it could have been more. We don't know. Right?
But,
we don't know anything about weapons. We don't know anything about intent. You know what I mean? But I'm just thinking this police officer really put himself at risk, and he's still trying to be as gentle as he can.
He's trying his best, boy.
With this individual, which I wouldn't be by this point. Even though I'm wrong, I'm like, I might as well be all the way wrong. I got to get you
Her
secure.
little narrow ass up, and she'd have gone down hard.
Yeah, I got to get you secure and sit you down, and I can find out where those other people went and what are they doing. You know what I mean? So, and that's just me. But okay, you ready to continue?
Oh yeah. Play.
They just chill, man. Oh my soul.
You hear people saying just chill.
Yeah.
Mama.
He can't get the handcuffs on.
There she goes again.
What's gonna happen?
Just chill. Oh God, just chill.
Bro, you get that handcuff on, you lock that down and turn it, that shit hurts. That'll get you to chill out for a minute so I can get that other arm in there, and then I can loosen the cuffs up a little bit. But you gotta control the situation. This officer doesn't seem like he has this situation under control.
He's trying. He's trying to de-escalate. He ain't yelling. He ain't slamming her down because she got her people there. You know, his people are on her side, on his side right now. He starts
trying to get her to calm down, like just chill.
He tried to sleep. He started cracking heads. You know, that might change. So right now he's trying. Like I said, he's trying.
All right, let's continue. He still hasn't got those handcuffs secured.
He still ain't got his knee in her back.
Your back.
I can do it myself.
See?
Come on.
He's losing control. Again, bad training. This is bad training right here.
Well, I think part of it, he's trying to be real gentle. Like he ain't trying to, because you know, I'm sure training dictates. You know, now you got to put her in one of them arm bars and dislocate her shoulder and all that other mess.
Tell her to quit moving.
He still doesn't have any backup. He still doesn't have any backup.
Stop.
Now, mind you, them other officers come. They would probably jump on her right now.
I'm trying not to hurt you.
He's saying it. I'm trying not to hurt you.
I am trying not to hurt you.
He's got it secured. You got a person standing over him right here. He's not paying attention to this guy. She's still moving.
Yep.
Sit down. I said sit down. Sit down.
You know what? Okay, pause this real quick.
All right?
Pause this. You know what this looks like and sounds like to me? It's somebody who's having a mental health crisis.
It's a break. Like it's a break.
Yeah, like she's out of control. Like she's having a mental health crisis, which we've seen time and time again that, you know, officers don't deal with these situations properly and somebody ends up getting shot. All right. These other two guys, well, at least that one guy we saw was trying to help him. So maybe, you know, this officer's like, hey, you know what? These guys are not a threat. You know, they're trying to help the situation. I'm not going to focus on them. I'm going to try to deal with this individual having a mental health crisis, because the way he's talking to her, he's like, calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I just got to push back a little bit, because, again, I'm not trained in law enforcement, but that can change in an instant.
Yes.
It changes on the battlefield in an instant.
Well, you know, you got to make a decision. You know what I mean? You got to make a decision. You know, it's either draw my weapon now, and, you know, if he draws it, the way she's acting right now, she's going to get shot.
He's got to use it.
Yes.
Or do you go for your taser? You tase her, and now her friends are like, "Nah, you went too far," and they come after you.
I was getting ready to say, why would you pull taser out? Because you know what I mean. You taser, and they think you went too far. Now you got to go for the gun. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you got to make a call one way or another. You know, this is one of those instances where the officer could have made, you know, he could have made a call like, I'm just gonna pull my gun out and, you know, and kill somebody today.
He showed
or he put his light. You know, he's like, hey, you know, he did his job and said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try to deal with this individual having some sort of crisis right now.
Yes.
You know, he made a call. Like, you know, you got to make a decision. Sometimes you either shoot or don't shoot. And I think not pulling his weapon at this time, because I really believe if he'd have pulled his gun out, this young woman would not be here today.
Yeah, and maybe not just her. You know what I mean? So Act Ozzy's in the house. What's good? What's good, fam? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate the support. Miss AKA Lady, what's happening? Somebody playing around with the cops like they can't kill you legally or something. And it's like, yeah. And she's like, and then she went on to say she is freaking out. And she is. People, you know what I mean? And she is. So
no,
again,
I really believe this is some sort of mental health crisis. Like we talked about it before, where you were saying, you don't know if she got triggered or what was going on with her. That's exactly what this like something ain't right. Like
yeah, some ain't right.
You hauled up and hit her in the mouth like a man, bro. You know
right.
what I mean? I need you under control, and you up here. Okay, you gonna fight like a man? I'm gonna beat you like a man. That could have been one of those situations right there. But he's trying. I mean, I think personally, if I was in his position, I don't think I would be as gentle as he is. I
think we can tell. I think we can tell. So let's continue.
What do you need her for? What are you talking about her for now? What's wrong with it, bro?
Stop
touching me. Calm down.
Stop touching me before I bite the out.
And she said, I'm gonna bite you. She gets another point for that. But here's the thing. Did you hear the background? Okay, what are you doing now? You got her. She's in handcuffs. She's sitting down. What are you doing now? You see how fast that can change?
Yes. That is why I applaud this officer for not pulling his weapon out. Okay, because they was all on his side when she was up there being crazy and trying to run around, but now he's got her handcuffed. And like, well, what are you doing now? He's like, and mind, he's talking to her, and all he's saying is, hey, I need you to sit down. Sit down. He ain't yelling at her. He ain't cursing. He's like, I need you to sit down. Sit down.
But we should say, please stop moving, because she is sitting, but she just moving.
Well, I think he is. I think that's what he was saying.
Well, let's listen.
Stop down. Touching me.
I said stop touching me.
40 cents.
Is anyone else coming?
He has my arm twisted in these handcuffs, and I swear to God, if I get out of this, I swear to God, I'll beat the white out this on my mama.
Threatening.
I'm gonna beat the white out this. No, you're not, baby. You're not gonna. This man could have already knocked you out. What are you talking about? You can't beat this man.
This man could have pushed you away and legally shot you.
Not even that. He could have just slammed your head into the pavement. You going to sleep. He could have punched you in your jaw. You going to sleep. Yo, listen, ladies, if y'all out there, y'all can't beat men. It can't be done. You talking about just hands on hands? Y'all can't do it.
Nah, they do it all the time in the kung fu movies, bro.
Okay. All right.
What's the captain from the new Star Trek Discovery, the Asian lady?
That's Michelle Yeoh. Yeah, she been doing kung fu movies all the time. Ladies, serious, real talk. Y'all can't beat men. You can't. Not on just hand to hand combat. You can't do it. I don't care what you study. Taibo, Krav Maga, karate, judo. Nah, you can't do it.
Nah, that 200-pound lady could beat that 120 dude.
Even she'll get wore out. Y'all don't have the testosterone. I'm sorry, y'all just ain't. We just built differently. The bone density and all that.
want you to stop holding it in, bro. I want you to let it out, man.
Well, I'm just saying, ladies, don't do it. Like this young woman right here talking about all this stuff she gonna do. Please look how she's fighting this man. She could have lost her life, but we'll say that. We'll say that for the end. We're gonna continue.
Bro, fix this off now.
No.
Take the handcuffs off.
You're gonna chill out. Right?
You still got this guy right here in striking distance right there. He's not, the police officer's not really paying attention. And there were at least 2 other people that got out that vehicle. Where are they?
I'm sure he's keeping on, but he's, look at this shit. And there you go.
Fix my wrist in this cup. Fix my wrist.
You're gonna wait.
Man,
Okay.
His back is to the other people, man. This is horrible training. This is not sound tactically, bro.
I think he made a decision. And his decision was, I'm not gonna worry about them guys, and something's wrong with her. Like something's really wrong with her. And I think his focus has gone from aggressive cop to to
concern cop. I don't want to hurt this woman. Yeah, and I'm not worried about her friends because they're not crazy either. Okay, I can see that.
Right there, the way he's holding her right there, he could have dislocated her shoulder and busted her head against that seat. She'd have sat right down.
Easily.
She'd have sat right down.
Easily. Act Ozzy. Jay Swans called it mental breakdown. Yeah, man, there's something wrong with this woman. Forget ladies, most men can't beat up a cop.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you ain't been around too many cops, bro.
And remember, Act is up in Canada. And yeah, down here, bro, it's
that gun and badge makes a huge difference.
I mean, just the fact that they have those weapons makes a big difference. Yeah, most dudes like, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'll let you go, bro. I've been saying this recently, and I'm gonna continue to say this. There are a lot of males in America, but there are not a lot of men. Right? There's just not a lot because dudes really don't know how to fight anymore. They're not encouraged to. They don't get to do it. There's no more roughhousing. Jay Swan's talked about it. I've talked about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean there's some guys that can 10 toes down, go hands up with a police officer. And I mean, if you're talking about dudes from the street, dudes from the sticks, they might be able to whoop on that cop if that cop ain't from there.
You gotta remember that law enforcement are just regular people, bro.
Regular people.
Yeah, they're regular people. I mean, I got cops that are friends that have told me that if they had a situation with me, they would just be like, nah, we got to right to the taser with a gun.
We got to shoot you. Too big. So, and most law enforcement people, they don't come from the rough side of the tracks. They're not used to hyper violence. They're learning it. They're seeing it on the job. They're like, wow, they didn't know people were like this. Yeah. So now, go ahead.
See, that's like saying that, just because someone's in the military, like that they know how to, shoot a weapon or, that kind of stuff. So I mean, and that's far from true. So I mean, it's the same. I mean,
and Act brings up a good point. Like the average dude, 5'8" and overweight. You got a point there. But hey, cops are average too. Most of these cops are overweight, bro. Americans are fat. I don't know what's going on in Canada, but down here, man, Americans are fat.
Now,
bro.
Canadians got that poutine stuff, man. With the cheese curds and the fries and the gravy.
Yeah, he's like in Canada, they cops slant bus drivers are hired on physique as well, huh? Maybe they should do that down here. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's news to me. So we're gonna continue.
But I mean, like they do have training though, like hand to hand and that kind of stuff. They do get that kind of training. That's how they know all them wrist locks and all that other stuff.
It's like that basic training. I remember that Army basic training, hand to hand stuff you got. Remember ain't nobody doing this shit on the battlefield, bro.
I mean, I know at least the sheriff guys in Sacramento. I mean, a lot of those guys are doing like mixed martial arts stuff and stuff like that. I mean, but like I told everyone, you can do all the training in the world until you get hit in the jaw. And I mean, look, I always tell people, know what fighting is? Whoever can take the punch, the best.
Yeah, all bro. Right? Whoever can survive the blows. I remember I got into it with somebody once upon a time, bro, and they took me down and I hit my head hard. I hit the back of my head hard. I was able to get out of that with a semi-win. I didn't lose. I mean, it was real close to a draw, but bro, it rung my bell, man. I was hurt too. Like, it was blood and all that involved, man. He took me down and my head just whipped back. And I'm like, yo. And that was at the beginning of the whole MMA thing. So this dude was training like mixed martial arts, judo. You know what I mean? And I wasn't expecting that. Now the dude was way smaller than me and lighter than me, so my weight overpowered him. But that shit almost knocked me out. And I'm a dude who especially back then, I was fighting all the time,
Yeah.
and that's when that shit scared me because I'm like, this man could have killed me.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that's what I mean. It's if you can take a punch, then that's what it comes down to. You can know all the kung fu in the world. Like, people talk about Bruce Lee and blah blah blah. Bruce Lee was great and do a lot of fighting, you know what I mean? But let somebody that's 250 pounds catch Bruce Lee on the side of his jaw,
Yeah, Bruce
it's
going
over.
down.
Yeah,
He's
so,
going down.
Yeah, so I mean, so if
Let one of the Gracies get a hold of his ass.
Yeah.
Now it's a wrap. Now I don't care. You got that. They gonna slowly drag you in, choke you the fuck out.
there you
Period.
go. So I mean, it ain't. Yeah, so but it's all about, can you take that punch? You know what I mean? So, and so a lot of officers, they do a lot of training, this and that, but how many have actually got hit? With no
Right.
backup.
And this guy still, I think his backup is just now arriving on scene. So
Yeah,
we'll go ahead and
but-
continue.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I mean, the position he's got her in right now, if he wanted to hurt this woman, if he wanted to hurt this girl, I can't even call her a woman acting like that. If he wanted to hurt this girl, he could have easily bounced her off the hood of that car, threw her and bounced her off the ground, and been justified.
Yeah, dislocated her shoulder, and that's a wrap.
Yeah, and been justified. They had to play this tape back and be like, this is what I was dealing with. I didn't mean to hurt her, but.
Right. I was more concerned with the other people moving around.
Yeah.
He had all kind of reasons. If he wanted to hurt this girl, he could have. So we'll
Real.
continue.
Oh my soul! Bitch, my wrist is breaking! What the
Look, this dude going in and out of the car. He ain't even concerned about them
If
no
I get it
more.
hurt, it hurt, and I will spit on you. Fix my wrist.
Yup.
What the
There you go again. Assault.
And here comes his backup.
Touching me.
Here comes his
Stop
backup.
touching me. My
All
You know-
this time, we're 5 minutes and 3 seconds into this altercation, a little bit less. But from the time that he from the time that he got out of his vehicle to now, it's been 5 minutes, and his backup is just now arrived. He had to make 3 calls for this backup.
And I tell you, and bruh, like I said, I want to give this officer credit because he's changed his mode. The whole mode has changed. Now let's see what happens when the other officers get there. But this whole mode has changed because this brother is up there going in the car, shutting doors, everything else. He could have reached in the back seat, pulled a shotgun out, and dumped on dude right there.
Right there. So yeah, let's continue.
wrist hurt. I'm gonna pull away. What the f***?
Bro, you doing too much, bro.
You touch me, I'm gonna kick your
doing too
Don't
much.
touch me. What's wrong with you? You see you got me.
He threatened the other officer.
I'll kick this whole car on my mama.
Listen,
Move! Don't bro. She can talk to me. You can't say to me.
check her
You
cuffs.
can't say to me. Fix my cuffs.
First thing he said, check her cuffs. Gives her up to the female officer.
Fix my cuffs. Turn around.
So he's addressing her concerns with the handcuffs being too tight. Now she's screaming at this
What you
officer.
guys doing?
And I think he's a senior officer because he has stripes.
He got stripes. I was gonna bring that up earlier too. I saw those stripes, and he looks like he is right-handed.
Come on.
Ooh, wonder's coming, boy.
Yeah.
Slammed on her outside of the car, bro. And they still over here.
So now you got this young kid calling whoever he's calling. Doors are open. This car is unsecured. What happened to the other 2 people? I'm pretty sure I saw 2 others jump out that vehicle.
Couldn't tell. But like I said, the officer, it went from, being this traffic criminal, thing to a mental health situation. And so far, to me, he's handled it pretty well.
I don't even think they trained that. So and all this is the body cam footage. That's the body cam footage of the backup. They were doing something else and they had to run to their vehicle. Why are they so far away from their vehicles? That's the part I don't understand. But you had to get back to their vehicle and get on scene. And so I think we're cool with that.
Yeah.
There's so many things that I see on this that I question. Reference training. But with the count itself, I gave the cop 5 bad marks, the police officer 5 bad marks, and I have with the lady, the girl, I'm gonna put girl.
I know someone who trains in law enforcement, and I asked them to take a look at this video and kind of talk to me about it. Maybe she'll talk to me about it a little bit later. But
I gave the girl 7. I gave the girl at least 7 bad marks.
you need to multiply that by 2 at least.
Yeah, bro, and it's raining down here right now, man. Y'all got it incoming. It's pouring down right now. Just so you know, it's incoming.
I think I may have to turn around and get in the pool for a second.
Like, stupid. But
Woo, you hear that?
yes, yeah, James Wands is kind of outside, but It'd be nice when your people get back to us. But the point we're trying to make here, y'all, you see stuff like this, you go through the comments. All the comments are along racial lines.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just talking about. The whole people start looking at it through their own bubble, their lenses, and all they see is because the first thing you want to hear is, well, why did he even bother with her? Well, you know what? He thought he saw something. He thought he was in the right place. You know,
And
he
that's
thought he
what-
saw something.
And that's legitimate. I said the same thing. I think the police officer's wrong for stopping her. I think he was wrong.
Yeah, he had no reason to, you know what I mean, really, but he's a law enforcement officer and he can do that. And, you know, he can. And if he's in the wrong, that's what the court system's for. That's what the complaint system is for, whatever, right? But it did not need to escalate. Because I put it this way, if I think that if that officer had some ill intentions when he as soon as he stopped her, he would have followed through with them intentions throughout this whole process.
In other words, it would have been nasty from the jump. It wouldn't have got that far.
Because he tried to calm it down a lot. He was like, you know, he might have been in that situation like, oh, shit, I probably took this too far. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But then he realized there's something wrong with this woman. Or something. I'm sorry, I can't count. I'm calling her woman again. There's something wrong with this little girl. And, you know, and her friends try to help. I mean, bro, he could have killed, what, at least 2 people that we know that day and got away with it.
All right.
Okay.
And I got another video for you here, bro. About to load it up right here.
Okay.
And, you know, I found this Law and Crime. Go like and subscribe to their channel. So this is on an aircraft. The airline wants to remove this individual. Flight attendants are trying to get her off the airplane. She wouldn't go. They had to call law enforcement. Law enforcement is on scene. And here we go. We're going to start. We're just going to go from there.
And you're going to jail, just so you know.
Already happening.
It won't happen
Okay.
if you get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not
I
going
don't
to,
trust
Yeah.
that.
Right now, they're going to deplane. As soon as they deplane, you're going to jail, okay? If you do not get up. That's how it's going to
Why
work.
she looking
Do you
like
feel that's a threatening system?
So
taser?
this started with one police officer. You can see his arm here. The second, he called for a second officer who got there pretty quick. This woman the whole time was making it clear she wasn't going to get out. She was just talking, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't as belligerent as the other video. However, they explained to her, they use legal terms. You must deplane. You have to get off this aircraft. Now, let's continue and see what happened.
That's the way it is,
It's
man.
not cool.
Are you
I want to
gonna-
trust you. You want to trust me? That's not healing. We're not healing.
Now get off the
That's
plane.
not
Get off the
healing.
plane.
Can I trust you to not?
No, wait, pause. Yo, AK, that right there is why what you said that most cops could beat people up. That right there is the reason. I don't know if you can catch that. You know, he got a beer keg in his belly.
Yeah, it's big fat dude. And that's part of training. Big fat dude shouldn't be in uniform.
Well, he worked at the airport, so
I don't care where they at. It should be a standard across the board for all law enforcement. Big fat dudes to be like, nah, man, you can't do it. You got to go move papers. You got to stay inside the office and move papers around. You shouldn't have a weapon, none of
like
that.
they did as air traffic controllers. You can't pass the physical, or in the military, you can't make the height weight requirement. You got to go.
That's it. Your skin fold thing, you failed. You got to go. You lose this weight. They put you on the fat boy program. You lose this weight or you go. You know what I mean? So we'll continue.
He probably mad his donut gone.
Right.
Let's go. Off the plane. Grab your stuff. Grab your stuff.
Are
Get
you
off the
gonna? Can I
aircraft.
trust you?
Can I trust
Listen,
you?
have I touched you yet? I'm trying to get you off the aircraft. That's all we're trying to do.
Do a control situation. If I get off the plane, you said you wouldn't arrest me. So you as a cop should have to honor
hold on, hold on,
that,
pause, pause.
right?
So her in her mind, she's like, if I leave this plane now, they said they're not going to arrest me, so I'll go now. But if I wait till they take everybody off the plane, they're going to arrest me. So it sounds to me like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
That's what she's trying to argue. But the thing is, she thinks she has some sort of say in what's about to happen here.
She has some leverage in this whole situation.
And she thinks she has some sort of leverage, man. And that's where that privilege comes in. That's where that being an American and I have rights and all that bullshit comes in. You do have rights. But when you get to a certain point, this point right here, law enforcement's there. I suggest you do what they say.
Brother, when she said, we're not going to heal, we can't come together.
Come on,
Taser.
man.
Taser.
Come on. Yeah, come on, man. We all love the world, man. What are we doing, man, with her dreadlocks and all that kind of stuff? This is the kind of stuff that gets you hurt. We'll continue.
No, No, you should though. You should have to honor that. That's my right.
Go talk to the captain. Tell him we need to
No,
remove her.
it really is though. That's my right. It's like you need to.
Sit.
We're getting to the point where you're not
go.
you're not respecting my human rights as a constitution.
Now, this guy.
He's being rougher with her right now than the other cop was with that sister that was flipping out. Think about
way rougher. And look at this dude's arm. He is not the fat boy. He is not the dude sitting there eating the donuts like the beer belly guy that's in front.
He's eating a Cliff Bar.
Yeah, this dude right here. This dude right here, like he working in the airport, wishing he was in South Central or South Side Chicago. He wish he was out there in the streets.
He's eating the Cliff Bar with the Gatorade Zero.
That's
no
it.
sugar Gatorade.
This is the dude who looking for drama, right? And he waited. Now look, he said he was like, all right, let's go, right?
It's enough.
That's not true. I didn't do anything that did anything to. No, man.
Y'all see, he has this completely under control. She ain't doing jack.
You know it.
29 Central,
You know
10:15.
Why did you have more than 15? Power. You're everything.
Get over here. Up against the wall. You're going to be facing handcuffs, okay?
I see your phone.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Dude.
Right?
We tried talking to you.
No, you.
I didn't do anything. Yeah.
I didn't do anything, and this dude wasn't playing. Now you're right. If that guy was on the scene in the other video, it'd have turned out
Oh,
completely
it'd have been a whole
different.
different situation. Guaranteed. Because
It'd be a whole different situation. Miss AKA lady, I would hate to get this close to these type of folks during the COVID era. She doesn't look the freshest. You're right. I mean,
I'm sure
she's one of those.
There's a little bit of stank to that one.
Yeah, it's all love, man. We're just living the way we're supposed to live, man. We're
that
just free
natural
love,
feeling.
man. That's one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, have a seat, baby. Woo! Maybe you should just
Ooh.
stand.
Ooh, somebody's not sure. So she went on to get arrested, right? And I just wanted to show that video to show the contrast. A lot of people were like, oh, well, it's the way they treat us black folk and this, that, and the third. Yeah, okay, there's definitely that.
Yeah,
I'm not
definitely
lying.
that.
There's definitely that.
Yeah.
I've dealt with bad cops. I'm sure I've dealt with racist cops. I've dealt with a system that I know was set up against me in the court system. I understand all that. But what my number one weapon when I'm dealing with that sort of thing is I stay calm and I let the police officer do what he got to do. I do not give the officers any excuse to shoot me.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Like I said, there's bad officers and there's good officers. And like I said, that first guy, the one in Orlando, dealing with that sister, like I said, I look at some things that I see technically that I would have done different. But once again, I've had no training. But as far as the way he dealt with that little girl and them guys that were there, he probably saved somebody's life today.
Yeah, he might say a few lies. I don't agree with his stop. I don't agree with all that stuff. I don't agree with the language he used, how he initiated all that, but I have to give it to Jay Swans. Let that go. He was wrong in the beginning, in my opinion. But after that man did everything he could, everything within his power, including putting himself at risk so he didn't have to hurt that little girl. He did a lot of things that were just wrong. He had no idea. You'll be sitting there thinking, oh, them little kids, they ain't gonna do nothing to you. What?
And bro, think about this. Everybody in Florida is armed or can be armed. You know what I mean?
Guns everywhere, man. Guns, hey y'all, everywhere.
Yeah, most people in Florida, if I was an officer in Florida, I would assume, if I was an officer anywhere, I probably would assume everybody was armed. But I would assume, more than not in Florida. Because it's so easy to get a concealed carry permit.
It's so easy to get a weapon.
Yeah, really. So
It's so easy to get a weapon.
But he looked at that situation, and I'm sure that that's a tape that they're going to review over and over again and point out what he did right, what he did wrong. But the stuff that he did right was it turned from being a violent confrontation to a mental health situation that he was able to help kind of calm down. Like that's a girl that I wouldn't even I would I'm sure they took her to jail, okay, But I would think that that's someone they would take to a mental hospital. Like, hey,
They don't have those anymore. They take you to a regular hospital and check you into the mental ward. Remember, Ronald Reagan got rid of all the crazy houses.
Got rid of them in California. So yeah. So I mean, right there. I mean, that's a situation that, like I said, I know there's black people gonna be like, nah, it's because she was black and he said this and he did that. Okay, you know what? He might have stopped the vehicle because they were black. I'll give it that. He might have. I don't know.
100%. There's a call, maybe suspicious people or some sort of possible break-in. Yeah, they're gonna stop black folks. Man. They're gonna stop people of color.
Now they're gonna sit there and say that didn't happen. But I think that the way that he approached it after the initial stop, I think he did a pretty good job of it.
Yes, I think he did. Like you said, there was no de-escalation in the beginning.
No.
But after that, there was no escalation. The police officer did everything he could to get that under control, to get this young woman under control. Like I said, he put his own life at risk.
Even think about this, because this happened, I want to say not too long ago, down in the Tampa area maybe. Them brothers tried to drive away from the cops, and the officer said he tried to hit me, so they shot them kids in the car. Bunch of teenagers. So I mean, that officer, once again, he tried to get her to stop, and she kept pulling forward. That might have given him justification there. I could just dump on her right here from the window.
Yeah, Miss AKA lady, I'd rather be violated and live as opposed to dead and justified. Just get home now and deal with it later. And I think that was your point.
That right there is the perfect statement. You know what I mean? Like, look, because you got everybody. Remember we was younger, and we got the new kicks, and somebody stepped on my shoe, and you was ready to fight. Yo, he stepped on my shoe. Now we got to do this. Now it's like, I mean, maybe we're just older now, but I'm like, hey, man, you step on my. Damn it, now I got to go get these clean. It ain't that necessary. And I done had my ass beat and done beat people's asses over silly shit like that. And that right there, see, now mind you, these are my peers we messing with. You know what I mean? These are cats that Brad getting in fights with, cats in high school, back at home and over in Korea. But like, that's a cop she fucking with. He can legally dump on her and get away with it. Qualified immunity.
You get away with it, and then I definitely wanted to show that other video because you have a Caucasian young woman, still another young woman, right? Same thing. Get off the plane. Whatever you did to make the flight attendants and not captain, because it wasn't the flight attendants who made the call, it was the captain. Captain said, "Okay, go ahead and get her off the plane."
Probably got a whiff of that unsureness.
Yeah, that nasty brown.
I don't know what you call it when the crotch is like that.
That nasty brown.
Extra unsure.
Extra unsure. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that foxy brown, it's that nasty brown.
Ooh,
but
man, that's that oof.
But
that
the
Captain
point
Crunch.
being,
You call it Captain Crunch.
but the point being, all right, you got to go now. You've done whatever you've done. You got to go.
Yeah.
And the fact that you just get up and leave, especially when the police show up, all right, let me grab my bag and go, because at least maybe I won't get arrested. Maybe they'll just come back tomorrow and get you another flight, fly on a different airline, something like that.
That, you know what, right there, man, that makes us, even that sister, like, if you'd have just stopped the car and be like, what's going on, officer? Is there a problem? You know what I mean? And he violates your rights at that point, all right, then you deal with it. You know what I mean? You deal with it the right way. The way she dealt with it, that's going to get you killed. The way this white girl did it, that's going to get you arrested.
It's going to get you arrested.
You know what I mean? Because there was no chance of them officers pulling their weapons out and shooting on that plane. I can almost guarantee that.
They're not going to shoot on the plane. They're going to drag her out of there, you know what I mean? And
we've seen that. She's a cat's getting drugged off them planes, boy.
Right. She's going to get arrested, right? She's going to catch federal charges.
Oh, yeah.
And they're probably not going to let her fly again. Certainly on that airline, they might put her on a no-fly list, period.
She'll still get on Spirit. Spirit take everybody.
Spirit don't care, bro. You know what I mean? They don't care. Oh, you used to be with Al Qaeda, man. That's cool. Come on, just pay twice. Just pay double. Just pay double. You can get on this airplane. You know what I mean? But the point being, y'all, like, it's where have we come as a society? This is kind of crazy. But again, I think the police officers in that second video, the video with the aircraft, I think those police officers, they gave her an opportunity. I think they were professional. They weren't swearing. They weren't doing anything like that until they finally got to the point where, like, all right, this is taking too long. We got to get you out of here. And I think they did it the way it's supposed to be done. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not no advocate for law enforcement, but I think a well-trained, you know what I mean, police force nationwide will do wonders for this country.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. I mean, and people have to stop trying to look at things in their little bubble, their personal lenses. Because what was that officer? Was it Ohio where the sister called the police? The police came, and then she pulled a knife out and tried to stab the girl that was trying to fight her, and the officer ended up shooting her.
Yeah, he had to.
And everybody was upset because he shot her and talking about he could have shot her in the leg and this and that. And I'm like, well, hold on. What kind of idiot goes and gets a knife in front of the officer and tries to stab somebody? Well, you know, she was traumatized and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he stabs this other girl and that girl dies. Then the officer didn't do his job.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was a no-win situation for that police officer. And that's a case of a. Oh, go ahead.
I was like, people were real upset, especially in our community. Were real upset that he shot this woman. I'm like, well, hold on, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, what was he supposed to do with this? He's got another. He has an African American woman, a sister, getting ready to stab another African American woman, another sister, right in front of him. Now, he didn't go dump on everybody around. He shot her.
And the thing is this: in that case, first of all, y'all mad at the police. People out there mad at the police officer for saving the life of that woman, right? Shooting the arm, shooting a suspect who had a knife, was clearly about to stab another woman to death, or at least try to. That guy learned how to shoot in the military. So, and that's, again, he had great training, but I don't think the training came from the law enforcement community, because like Jay Swan said, he did not empty his weapon.
No.
He put a few rounds on target and he stopped the suspect. Done. That's how it should be.
Yeah, once the threat was over, he stopped firing.
He stopped firing and he hit his target. He didn't, like you said, this was very close quarters. There was a lot going on in that video. And people are mad at this police officer. I feel bad for that police officer having to do what he had to do. Yeah. But he saved a life. That's his job. At least that's what I think his job should be. He saved a life. You know what I mean? People are like, well, he shot the woman that called him. She called the police in the first place. Yeah, but then she grabbed a knife and went and tried to kill somebody.
She called the police so they could watch her stab somebody else.
Yeah, no.
That's just
so that is just stupid. And but again, my big thing is training. That police officer could shoot. That police officer could shoot. You know what I mean? He is in the minority. Most police officers, they can't shoot. And that brings us to our final, the final thing I wanted to bring up here. Because my big thing is about training. And what Jay Swans is saying is absolutely true. You know what I mean? That police officer, even though he might have caused this incident, did everything he could in his power to get out of that situation without escalating to the point where someone's going to get gravely hurt or killed. When you're talking about the little girl in the first video. Second video, these guys just came on the airplane. You getting off this airplane. When they let her say what she had to say, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go. Snatched her up, got her off the airplane. Now, this video we're about to watch now this was in Dallas Love Airport. Some woman walks into an airport and into the airport. I think it was on Monday or Sunday, and she started shooting inside the airport. Like, I think it was in like the baggage claim area.
She saw something, man. She saw a bat. Yeah,
she must have saw some bats because she was firing in the air. So
they're trying to commit suicide, die by police or some shit.
This is another case of just a woman being crazy. This is just surveillance footage. There is no sound. Even when they cut to the body cam footage, there's no sound, which I really would like to have some sound. Well, yeah, we could talk over it, but I really wish they had some sound because I want to be able to hear what's going on. But here we go. Dallas Love Field.
Hear the bubble gut in the officer?
Yeah. So Dallas Love airport shooting video. Here it is.
She's a Lizzo fan.
Right. Yeah. She's a big girl. I mean, that's her. She comes into the airport. She goes straight to the restroom. She goes right to the restroom and she changes. So she's going in. She's wearing a black hoodie. Goes into the restroom. Comes out. She's still wearing the same black. She's still wearing the same black hoodie. The news report says she's changed. Oh, she got a mask on. Okay.
She got a mask on though.
So here she is. She stops. She starts saying some stuff about marriage and whatever, just rambling. She pulls her weapon out. Right, police officer sees her. She's rambling. The cop comes. The police officer's coming up. Like, all right, something's going on here. Let me see what's going on. She draws the weapon and starts firing. And look, what did he do? He ran. Drew his weapon.
He created distance. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
All right, he created distance. He's getting behind some kiosks. He's already fired. We can't tell how many times he's fired. There are reports that said he fired up to 9 rounds.
I'm sure he did. How many did he hit?
They didn't say.
No.
She survived. She got hit at least once. She went to the hospital and had surgery. She survived. And they said she was hit in her lower extremities. So right? Her weapon is still there. Her weapon is in arm's length.
Well, I know he's not closing the distance at this point. You know,
Why
But
isn't he closing the distance, bro?
rules of engagement are different. In the military, like I said, you can still fire at somebody on the ground while you're moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Is he still firing? That's why I wish we had the sound. Is he still firing?
Nah, because everybody's starting to sit up. So nah, he ain't. He's probably yelling commands at her, like, you know, get on your stomach, put your hands out. He's probably yelling commands or some shit like that.
And we're gonna see another angle. There's gonna be another angle where you can see.
He shot again. I don't know.
Maybe is he still firing? We got other law enforcement
Nah, because the other dude
personnel coming up. This guy right here, just old and kind of fat and can't move. He can't even get behind cover. Look at him. He can barely move.
He said, "Ooh, shit."
Right.
Should have had that last dozen.
Right. They got their weapons drawn. All right. No one's closing this. The weapon is still within reach of the shooter. In fact, there's in the other video, you'll see the shooter touch the weapon. I think she was complying with their instructions.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised. But once again, I don't know what the rules are. I'm surprised they're not closing the distance at that point.
Why aren't they closing the distance? She's still a threat. She can reach that weapon. So this is blurry, y'all, but it's gonna clear up here once they're just showing people moving about. There's the police officer right there.
The Wi-Fi.
There's the police officer right there.
Where? Oh, over there. Okay, I see.
Yeah, to the right.
Oh,
He's behind a bag and next to the kiosk.
He's got concealment. He's got concealment, but no cover.
No cover. No cover whatsoever. And he's telling people to move.
That's a natural instinct, though. You know what I mean? You just want to get behind something.
So here's the weapon. And look, there's the shooter. You see there in the bottom left portion of the screen. Yeah. There's the shooter. There's the weapon. She's bumping against the weapon with her shoulder. He's screaming instructions to her. Why isn't he closing the distance? She grabbed the weapon. She's doing what he said to do. She moved the weapon. But why isn't he closing the distance?
You know what I mean? I have no idea. I mean, once again, I don't know what the training is. You know, I mean, who knows what the training is? Maybe, they're yelling commands. Maybe she's got a bomb on her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Right. Here's another one. This is another video. This is another vantage point. There's the shooter down there. There's the police officer. Yeah, something wrong with this girl. Let me go up here and see what's going on. Bam, bam, bam. He's running. He's back. He got his weapon. He's firing. He's firing. Right. Again, he's got concealment, no cover. Yeah, which there was nothing there anyway. So I mean, you're not just gonna stand there. I mean, that's natural.
I wouldn't have been there, but I think I would have opened fire here and continued to move on to target just because.
But listen, you don't know what the rules are. You know what I mean? So, you don't know what the rules are. I mean, she's wearing a sweatshirt and a hoodie, and it's it's in Texas, and in the summer it's 110 degrees out. She might have a bomb on her or something. Who knows? And but I don't know what the rules are. We were taught. You hit a target. You move on that target. So
you have to move. You have to move on the target. You have to secure the weapon. That's my only thing. You can get the weapon and then you can fall back if you're waiting on backup. But get the weapon away from the shooter.
I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, can you shoot that person on the ground?
They do all the time.
Yeah. Well,
and another thing too with this training, all of the police officers conversion on this officer, all conversion at one point. And this is military training, y'all. You never want to group up like that. One grenade, one mortar. You know what I mean?
It's done. I got that dude kind of wanders in and takes a knee.
Yeah.
Like, really? Oh, it's a brother too. Damn.
Yeah. It's a brother too. So, and they say that there was another video. It wasn't on here. There was another video of body cam footage, and I'll just pause that. There was another video out there that I saw on body cam footage that actually shows 2 rounds in that kiosk that the police officer was behind. It was 2 rounds in that kiosk. The officer put 2 rounds in the kiosk. They're saying, I read a few articles on this.
So he didn't have his weapon up. So he wasn't on sights. He just had his weapon and started firing. Well, you know what? That goes back to what I talked about. Like when you draw from a holster, your first shot is going to be, basically from the hip. If you're someone's firing at you and you're drawing from your holster, your first shot is going to be from the hip, and your second shot is going to be as your arm extends out, and then your third shot is probably what's going to be really on target. So if that officer ran behind that kiosk and drew his weapon, as soon as he drew it, he's probably firing. That first one's from the hip, right into the kiosk. as his arm goes out, the second one, because he's not looking down at you. You don't look down at your handgun. You bring your handgun up to your eye level, and so he might have been the first shot was from the hip in the kiosk. The second shot, he's sticking his arm out because he's keeping his eyes on that woman. So the second shot is into the kiosk. The third shot might have been the one that was on. I'm up here reaching like you can see what I'm doing.
Right, but so I mean, and I wish I found that video. I thought this was the video, but it had the first. Oh, here it is, right here.
Here's what
It looks like routine at Dallas Love Field.
This is the video I wanted to show you because it showed. And I'm gonna skip ahead and see if I can't find. Because they have more angles.
I tell you, it's cool, man. When it rains here and like the water be hitting the pool like that, it's nice. It's kind of dope.
Man, quit bragging.
Did it rain when you was up here?
Yeah, it's Florida, bro. You know it always rains.
You go outside and kick it?
I did not.
You get some of that Betty White while you was up here?
I certainly did not. I wasn't playing with that. Which one is this?
I let everybody try to figure out what the Betty White is.
Yeah, so y'all just bear with me for a second. I'm loading up a second video. And Miss AKA lady, I'm so behind, but at Jay Swans said Captain Crunch, I'm dying laughing. I gotta catch the replay. Y'all got me laughing doing work. That's Jay Swans doing his thing. And thank you, Miss AKA.
That's what it is, though. You think about it, boy.
Yeah, and Jay Bones in the house. What's up, guys? What's good? We sitting here just talking about some stuff. And again, I think the police, in every video we watch, if I had to give a scale of 1 to 10 on how the police officers did their job doing what they're doing, I have to give them a good 8.5. I just think that their training is subpar, and it's not the individual officer's fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just wanted to be clear on that.
Well,
these are still brave men and women.
I think it's training, and I think it's culture in various departments. The culture of the departments, I think, also kind of weighs in on that.
Right.
If your culture is to be a fat body, then that's going to be the culture of the office. You know what I mean?
Right. They're gonna be cool with it. Where if you're hanging out, listen. If you're out there, you talk about like the tip of spear guys, the Navy SEALs, the Green Berets, the Rangers, and all that, the MARSOC dudes, the Force Recon Marines, any Marine for that matter.
You named everybody.
But here's the thing though. There's a reason you don't see any fat, lazy dudes in those units.
Oh, because the culture is such that it's not allowed. It's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable.
No.
It's not allowed.
And I've often said to people that the issue I have with some law enforcement is, and I think issues that a lot of people would have, is that when you come out of the academy and you have a badge and a gun, you expect people to, you expect people to respect you.
Yeah, respect my authority. I'm Billy Badass. You the same person you were when you joined the police force. If you were a little punk ass dude, you still a punk. If you were a bully, you still a bully. You're the same person.
Whereas, you should have to earn that type of, you should have to earn respect and that type of thing. Respect is something that's earned, it's not given. And I think a lot of these young officers come out and they're so desperate to try to get that respect, which they probably never had growing up, that they use their badge and their gun in order to get it instead of using their wits.
Yep. Act Ozzy, if you have a fat captain. Ain't no such thing as a fat captain in those units. When you go tip the spear, when you get into line units, even with infantry guys, like you field artillery, like 11 Bravo, straight infantry, what I mean? You look at mortar guys, whatever, tankers.
Look at first sergeants in any combat unit.
In any combat unit.
Them dudes would be like 45 years old and ripped up.
Ripped, shredded. Look at their COs. You know what I mean? Look at their COs. Yeah. These dudes don't play around. Like you don't get the disgusting fat people. You know what I mean? The lazy fat boys. They don't get command of these units. These units, to be a command, to be the CO of an infantry company is an honor. Yeah. Dudes will fight for that. You know what I mean? So they ain't having that, bro. That's like, again, tip of the spear type stuff. Or even if you just anywhere in the spear. You know what I mean? Those dudes are real dudes. But yeah, I found it. We're gonna watch this video real quick. It shows more body footage, and I think we'll be able to see some more angles. So let's check this out real quick.
And that she was going to blow up the airport, and then pulls a handgun from her sweatshirt.
In a lobby full of people, Odefua puts her gun toward the ceiling. Dallas police say she fired multiple rounds. People scatter, run, and duck, crawling for cover.
So right there, I understand you want to fall back a little bit, but there is no cover, only concealment. So I'm thinking at this point, Draw your weapon. She's not firing at you. Draw your weapon, close the distance.
That's instinct, though, right there. Like, you know, you want to get behind something. I mean, he stopped. You know,
but there was stuff to get behind. But there was stuff in front of him. He went to the second kiosk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but he could have easily ran away. Them cats and him, was it Uvalde? You know,
they stayed outside. Yeah. So look at this. Look, I'm just running it back. Look, he's walking. There are kiosks right here. Right? She fires. She holds the weapon up and she fires some rounds. He ran.
Yeah,
boom. Look at that. He went way far.
First instinct was get away. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? I have a gun too. You know, who knows? But the thing is, he stopped and turned around. You know, I really wonder, and I just thought about this just now, because what she's doing does not make any kind of sense.
She's crazy.
No. What I'm saying is that's a huge distraction she just created, isn't it?
Oh, they shut everything down, but that is a very huge distraction.
That's a huge distraction. You know what I mean?
If I wanted to get through TSA, I'm on the other side.
Yeah, or not even get through TSA. If you wanted to go hit, you know what I mean? Let's say you wanted to stick up somebody, a particular person, or you wanted to snatch somebody. You know what I mean? Let's say you're a mob dude, you know, and you want to grab somebody that's, you know, in the area. You send her over there, go fire a couple rounds in the air, and get everybody looking at you.
I mean, you don't even have to do that. You just walk through the airport and drop a whole bunch of fireworks. Those like M80 type things. They go off. Same thing happens. People are going to run and hide. Cops are going to be running around looking for folks. You know what I'm saying? So same thing. That's the same type of distraction.
But they all running looking at her. You know what I mean? They all running at her. Ain't nobody looking at nothing else that's going on in that airport. They all looking at her right. Everybody looking at her right now.
No, you're right. It's the perfect distraction. It really is. It's the perfect distraction.
It don't make any sense. Like, unless she trying that suicide by cop mess. It don't.
She might be, because she has a long mental record and a long legal record as well. I read some articles on this. She ain't all there. You know what I mean? But right away, he's here. Her weapon's in the air. And again, this is why I wanted sound. When did he fire? Now, I don't know what police officer training is, but if I'm this police officer, I don't think I would be that far back. I think I'd be a little closer. But the minute I heard her fire that weapon, I'm shooting her.
Oh, he probably did. It would shock me if he didn't. You know what I mean? Let it play real quick.
All right. I took the sound out. So here she is again. Again, we've seen this angle. Boom, boom, boom. Why not get behind this kiosk right here?
Probably, you know, just, hey, you got behind something.
Right.
He wasn't thinking, you know what I mean?
Like, okay. Did you see that?
Nah, go back.
She did lower her weapon. Right. So watch this. Bam, right there. She lowered her weapon. So bam, I think that's when he shot. If he didn't fire his weapon until she lowered her weapon, I think that's outstanding on his part.
Nah, I bet you he was firing.
I'd have fired well before that. But that's what it looks like. Would you agree? You see this part? Like, here it is. Boom, she lowered her weapon. So let's go back a little bit.
You know, and he might have told her, lower your weapon. You know what I mean? So who knows?
Right here, she lowered her weapon. He fired. I don't think he fired until she lowered her weapon, even though she was firing first.
Yeah. I don't know. That would be interesting.
Unless he, well, I tell you what, you might be right, Jay Swans, because we're going to continue this. There's going to be some rounds in this kiosk right here. So maybe he just didn't get rounds on target. Maybe that was like the fourth or fifth round he hit. I mean, you know, he fired to actually hit her after she lowered the weapon. But I'm just trying to give him credit. It looks like he waited until she lowered her weapon, leveled her weapon.
If he did that, he's a better man than me.
Way better man than me. No way in hell I'd wait for that. But let's continue. So she's down. She's crawling. I think he's still firing. She's down. He's still probably, he's yelling commands. He's telling people to get out the way. All right. So here's the other body cam footage when they actually went up on her to put her in handcuffs. She was this officer came from outside and was the first officer to actually walk up on the shooter. She was the only officer to close the distance. Dallas police, airport police, their asses over there.
Nah, well they I don't know. I was gonna say, I know in Sacramento they got the sheriff at the airport. So I mean, but once again, you don't know what the protocol is though.
Yeah, you don't know what the protocol is. Damn it, it's not on here. Wait, it might be on here. Because they were showing, I remember seeing somebody's body cam. Yeah, it was in there. So I'm gonna have to find it. But there are reports that the officer fired up to 9 rounds. And then I was looking at some I gotta find the video footage that I was watching, the body cam footage. He fired up to 9 rounds. You can see rounds in the wall behind the shooter, right? So I'm like, okay, there's at least 1 round there. There are 2 rounds in the kiosk. That's 3, right? They won't tell you how many times the shooter was hit. They just said multiple times, but they won't say how many times.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. I mean, bro, like I said, that's a whole. Try running a couple 40-yard sprints and doing some push-ups, and then jump up and try to hit a target, 20 feet away. It's gonna be rough.
I mean, I get that, bro. So I got the Glock 23. I've been carrying for the past few days, right? I got 13 rounds in this thing. I got 13 plus 1 in the chamber. It's 14 rounds. You firing 9 rounds. That's too many bullets.
Yeah. Well, he got reload, so he ain't tripping.
He didn't reload, but at that, I mean, I can reload too, but that's too many bullets at that distance. I understand the kid who fired 10 rounds and scored 8 hits at 40 yards.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And like, but here it is. I mean, we're talking a matter of feet, and he could have even closed the distance even further. But he, fired 9 rounds, scored at least 1 hit, at least 1. But we know 2 rounds went to the kiosk. At least 1 round went to the wall behind the shooter. You know what I mean? So where'd the other 6 rounds go? They're saying only 1 round went into the shooter. Where'd the other 6 rounds go?
They're all behind her, down that hallway. So I mean, but, that goes back to that training thing. I mean, how many rounds do law enforcement officers have to shoot a year? What's their expectation of qualification? What is what distance do they train to shoot targets at? I'm willing to bet I'll be surprised if it's much further than 3 to 5 feet. Let's say 10 feet at the most, but I bet your qualification is like 3 to 5 feet.
Yeah,
that's where most gun battles take place, within 3 to 5 feet.
Which was, I mean, this might have been twice that distance, but he could have cut it down. I mean, at his closest point, he may have been 5 feet away from the shooter, maybe at his closest point, and then he withdrew. But again, that's why they do it, 3 to 5 feet. 15 feet, I would think 15 feet max is the furthest they fire.
Yeah, well, and also, I mean, like, what if he's walking behind her, what's behind him? What I mean? If you got a group of people behind you, I mean, so he's got to get, the focus is on me. So maybe he's moving because of that. I mean, I'm just, I'm just throwing stuff out there now.
You're just trying to figure it out. Again, I think the law enforcement should get better training. I really do. I think we should invest more money into law enforcement. And like I said, I think you agree with me. They should be paid a minimum of $100,000 a year, no matter where they are.
We talked about
minimum.
That. No matter where you are in the country, your pay starts at $100,000 a year.
$100,000 a year base. That's your base pay. That's not counting overtime. That's not counting all the other stuff you could be out there doing.
Yeah, because them cats, they don't make enough. Like I said, CHP offered me a job in California. I laughed at the dude. Like, really? I make more than that, and I ain't got to carry a gun.
Right. Think of the videos. I mean, think of the videos we just watched. We watched a police officer have to deal with some crazy woman, in the car with other people just acting ass. We watched another woman who was privileged on an airplane who refused to get off, still acting an ass. And then we watched a police officer have to deal with an active shooter event.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And I doubt if any of them are making over $100,000 a year.
You mean base salary? Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe
base salary.
I was gonna say maybe that first guy, but nah, because he's down here in Florida, so they ain't paying nothing.
They ain't paying nothing.
Over here, their starting salary for a sheriff deputy is like 19 and some change.
That's crazy. And like I said, the guy has stripes on, so he's been around a while. So he's probably higher up their pay scale. And I still doubt if he's over $100,000
Think about that, bro. If I was making 19 and change in retirement, I'd be mad. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that right there don't even make any sense.
So, but that's it right there, bro. Thanks for rocking with us, y'all. We just wanted to talk about that real quick. Think about what's going on, y'all. Think about what's going on. Y'all know what I always say.
Use the lotion. Oh. Put the lotion on the skin before you
get the holes again. No, bro. It's think tank. Think tank, people.
Put up there with some comments, man, that people have made. That's the part that's a huge problem. The people who are commenting on this stuff, how they're all worked up over everything. Everybody ain't against everything. You know what I mean? Everything is not black and white. There's a whole lot of gray in there.
Yeah, and that's that American privilege. I think that's our downfall. Americans are the victims of America's success. We're victims of our own success. if you don't have the ability to put yourself in different situations, you can't look at something like that and be like, yeah, if you can't call balls and strikes, it's a problem.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, bro.
It's a problem. You know what I mean? You got to be able to call balls and strikes. I don't care if you are the rightest of the right. If you just everything you wear is Trump. You got Trump's picture everywhere. You name your kids after the man. That's fine. But you can't look at January 6th and say, oh, no one did anything wrong there.
Now you done started.
But I'm just saying, you can't look at something like that. And the only reason I bring it up because I'm in a different chat. I was reading some comments from people. You can't bring that stuff up if you can't call balls and strikes. That's wrong. That was wrong, period. Those people were wrong. They should all be rounded up. Be glad that I wasn't there with a team on security detail that day, because it would have been a way different story, right?
You know, I mean, the problem I really have with the whole thing, one of the problems I have is that, you know, you got people up there calling themselves veterans and this and that. I think once you turn and try to attack this nation's capital, I think you lose that privilege. You lose that honor called a veteran. Those you right about that. I agree wholeheartedly. And real quick before we end this, those veterans who are out there saying that you know, we're gonna have to take up arms against the country and all that. What type of veteran you think that is? Those veterans to be calling for like what I mean, and what I mean by that is what do you think they did in the military? Like if they were in the army, because we served in the army. What type of former soldier is saying stuff like that? What do you? I think. Okay, if you pose the question like this, you know, do you think we may have to pick up arms one day to defend our nation or hold our nation? I think you'll get a lot of veterans saying, you know, yeah, you know, definitely across the board, right? But I think if you ask the question in a way of, yeah, we're going to have to go fight the government because, you know, we don't like how the election went. I think the ones that are answer that like, hell yeah, let's get on board. I think a lot of those guys are pogues and the cooks, you know what I mean? Secretaries, you know, those sort of people. Okay. Right. And I'm glad you said that. And this is the reason why. I was in someone else's chat and the topic was military service and that, but it kind of splintered over into, there was a guy who said, I served in the army and I would lay my life down for my fellow soldiers. And when we take over this country, I will take up arms to bring back law and order or something along those words. So my response to that, because he was responding to a comment I made, my response was what did you do in the army? What was your MOS, right? And I was like, what did you do in the army? Shit, let me find out what I said exactly, because I forget now. Man. Because I loaded up. Yeah, it's that old man shit, y'all. It's that old man shit. Because I was like, oh, yeah, like what did you do in the army? I broke that question up. I'm like, what was your MOS? And I think where did you serve or something like that. I think I asked those two questions. I can't remember exactly. So he responded because I wanted to know what his job was. This guy's talking all this stuff. We're gonna pick up our weapons and go fight Americans for America. Give MOS code like 92. Oh yeah, I'm gonna read exactly what he said. So it was like his response was 92 Alpha, right? Supply guy, man. I was in a medical unit, never got deployed. Very relaxed unit, kind of weird. Wait, hold on. He actually said that shit? I'm reading it, bro. What's his little special code name that he goes by? Falcon Ranger, Laser Falcon Special Forces guy? Mr. J. Mr. J. Because I think Lady J was taken. You can get these nuts, Mr. J. Mr. J. And again, it is what it is. But he wrote quite a bit. But I just wanted to read this real quick. Was it really Mr. J? Yes. And I want to read this. It was so much he wrote, I couldn't send it to you. I was going to send it to you, but I couldn't. I couldn't copy it. So it was like 92 Alpha supply guy, man. I was in the medical unit, never got deployed. Very relaxed unit, kind of weird. That's what I asked him. I said, wait. I was like, what was your MOS? And what are your thoughts on January 6th? That's what I asked him. I'm like, what did you do in the army? What was your MOS? And what are your thoughts on January 6th? That's what I asked him. And he was like, January 6th to me was just people being allowed to walk through the Capitol building. A few morons crossed the line, but most just walked around. Well, let me get through everything he said, and we can, you know what I mean? And most just
walked around. This was all on Nancy Pelosi and Mayor Browner for not having more police, National Guard there to ensure everyone's safety. Honestly, I feel this world thing was planned. I feel this whole thing, he wrote world, but I think he meant whole. This whole thing was planned by the politicians on both sides. They used the FBI, Ray Epps, to try to incite the crowd to riot violently. The whole thing was their plan to get Trump and literally charge him with a crime that is punishable by death. A treasonous overthrow attempt of the government. This is just how Democrats this is just what Democrats have done today. We have American oligarchs who are people in total control of the entire U.S. government. Look at those nasty Russian oligarchs and Ukrainian oligarchs who were labeled as the worst people in the world. Well, my friend, we have the exact same problem here. And if people can't get real law and order back, the many enemies of our American empire will attempt to stop America before Biden's term is over.
Okay, hold on.
We are almost there. We are corrupt on the world stage. We are exactly what they say we are. And many other countries worry America will do the same to them, what we have done to so many other countries. God bless the Americans. And that's what he wrote. God bless the people of America. I'm sorry. God bless the people of America.
Hold on. I got to raise my hand. Can I get him?
Yeah, now I just want you to hear everything he wrote. You know what I mean? Now,
can I get him?
Sickle.
Mr. J, you punk ass little bitch. Take your little supply, walkie-talkie, fucking canteen carrying, tent steak walking around with, faking tough ass motherfucker. Sit your ass down. Get out your parents' basement, sitting in there jerking off, watching old Benny Hill show, getting your rocks off. Get out your parents' basement, go outside, feel with that warm thing. We call him Bob, but y'all call him the sun because it's a big orange ball. Get some heat on your face and sit your ass down. First of all, who you gonna fight? This cat up here talking about my brothers, my military brothers. Well, first of all, brother, your military brothers don't have the same. Not everybody agrees with what you're saying. So if you're willing to fight somebody, you're willing to fight your own brother's little bitch ass. I bet you he's about 400 pounds, sitting there holding hands with his sister/mom, talking about the world is coming to an end. I'm ready to take up arms. I bet you that motherfucker can't run to the end of the street.
Hey, man. And here's the thing. I like it when Jay Swan does this thing. My thing is this. My thing is this. And I said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more times. The majority, this is just my opinion, y'all.
Motherfucker.
This is just my opinion. The majority of Americans that talk about taking up arms against this government ain't never been shot at. The majority of Americans who are former military talking about taking up arms against the government, like this Jay guy,
bitch.
Like this Jay guy here,
the little bitch.
He was a supply guy in a medical unit that never got deployed. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say that again for y'all out there, man. He was a supply guy in a medical unit that never got deployed. Jay Swans, how often do medical units go to the field?
The base ones, the ones that work at the hospital, once a year maybe for that standard.
Maybe.
They be out there with TVs and shit.
And it's not all of them, right? It's not even all of them. They don't go to the field. Why is that important? He never suffered any discomfort in the United States Army.
If the motherfucker joined the military as a supply dude, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he didn't score that high on the ASVAB. I'm just going to go on a limb and just say that. You know what I mean?
That may be the case. That may be the case.
But he's one of them dudes that is like, yeah, if I'd have got the opportunity, I would have got me some, or I would have made the football team if it wasn't for the 30 other guys that were out there. You know what I mean? Like them kind of dudes. I mean, get out of here with that shit. Like I'm ready to lay my life on the line. Anybody could be infantry.
Thank you. I was just about to make that point. I don't care what your ASVAB score is. You can go 11 Bravo or whatever it's called today. You can be an infantryman. You decided to go. You went supply. You could be an infantryman. Hell, you could be supply and go to an infantry unit. You could do that.
You could join the regiment. You can join.
You can do that.
You just go over there. So
Just
I mean,
go over there.
Yeah,
You
just go over there. So
just
I mean,
go over there.
Yeah,
You can be. So yeah, in Viking
that
Paradise.
me, man, because people like that give the military cats a bad name. You know what I mean? Like,
And I know where they come from. I get it. You know what I mean? You had your opportunity. You took the soft road. You got out, right? And now you want to be like, oh, let's be hoo and all this kind of shit.
Yeah,
Why weren't you hoo in the army?
Exactly.
Why you could have put in a 41A? I enlisted in the United States Army to be a paratrooper. That air traffic control shit just sort of happened. I enlisted to be a paratrooper. That was it. I wanted to be airborne. I didn't give a shit about anything else. Right? Why didn't you do that? You wanted to be supply? Get the fuck out of here. Right? Oh yeah, so I want to be in the infantry unit. I want to be airborne. You know what I mean? Viking Paradigm, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through here, man. I know you've been through before. Thank you so much for coming. Folks that never been in a real fight always want to fight. Exactly.
That shit hurts. Be telling people that shit hurts.
I told y'all a story today, man. I got into a tussle with somebody. Dude slammed me on the ground and hit my head. Boy, that shit was fucked up. My head was messed up for a minute. That shit hurt, bro.
Win or lose, that shit hurts. That's why I kept you. I want to do something. Yeah, okay. Till you catch one. Everybody's a badass till they catch one.
Hey, Rod Erickson in the house. Cornerstone Events in Motion. Yo, Cornerstone is formerly known as Fresh and Fit Dallas. Those are people right there, man. They making moves. They got the LLC done. They're out there making moves, man. They're reaching out to folks. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Rod Eric and the former Fresh and Fit Dallas people. You know what I mean? This is LJ's favorite
That's a cool
sound.
name, though. That's a cool name, though. I'm feeling that. Cornerstone Events in Motion. I'm feeling that shit.
Yeah, they doing it. They doing it. Shout out to y'all, man, for real.
I'm not gonna say no good shit till I see some good shit, though. I'm not gonna, because I don't give compliments. I don't be giving compliments.
They've been briefing me, bro. I just told them I'm like, y'all can't go to Jay Swans till you got something solid. They've been working.
I don't give shit out. You got to earn shit from me, bro. Like I don't look. Everybody don't get a gold star with Jay.
They working hard. You're right. They're working hard, bro. I tip my hat because they are keeping me in the loop. They are working hard. Shout out to y'all. Keep pushing.
I say if I give love, I mean that shit. So I don't give that shit out freely. So
keep pushing, fellas. You know what I mean? Like Rod, keep pushing. Y'all keep Sinker. I know you called, bro. If you look, I know you called. I'm gonna call you as soon as this stream is over. I'm gonna get back to you. But keep pushing, fellas. Y'all on the right track.
But that's my thing though. Like I said, I don't give love freely. You know what I mean? Because if I give you that kind of love and I give you that respect, you earned it. You know what I mean? It means something to me.
It means something.
Yeah, so
I just want to catch up with the chats real quick. Act Oz was saying that mentality leads to dictatorship, and was going in there. We're talking about these weird ass
crazy
people.
White boy that sent that shit.
Yeah, that type of mentality does, and I agree with you there, brother. Then Rod jumped in. What's good, fellas? Leading from the front. Yes, you are, brother.
That type of mentality leads to getting your ass whooped. You know what I mean? Because that's
amongst other things.
That'll say some shit to the wrong people. You feel
amongst
me?
other things, that's true. You know what I mean? We are the red Viking Paradigm. Yeah, absolutely. People ain't been in real fights. You know what I mean? Cornerstone Events in Motion.
What you doing?
I'm catching up on all the chats. We got Joseph Rango Escamilla. I forget. Brother Jay was the perfect example of shifting the blame and demigod. He is a part of the Trump tribe. He is a piece of part. We're part of the Trump tribe. Come on now, Joseph. You know what I mean? Come on.
He is part of it. He's talking about the other dude, not me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dude that you was talking about. Yo, Joseph. Man, I can't even say all that. Look, if you're gonna be on this podcast and this chat, you can only use 2-syllable words, brother. You can't be using
bro. You know, I done told y'all my head been banged up around his. I know for a fact his head's been banged up on a bunch of junk.
You can't be using his slave name, brother. He had his whole slave name up there.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna have to give you a nickname, player. What they call you on the street, bro? What they call you on the street? We gotta give you a nickname, bro.
We call him Mr. Dexter. You know what I'm saying? They can't even. Yo, but I respect him because he used his whole government name, though.
I ain't mad at
it. But he used the whole name, though. So
And thank you for rocking with us, bro. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Yeah, man. Just you too smart for us, player. We just, we simple folk over here. We simple folk. We appreciate it.
That's the rule. 2 syllables.
And you got a street name, Joe. You know what I mean? Rod Eric is saying Rod Eric. This is for you, Jay Swans. Rod is saying we got to earn it. Yes, sir. And they out there earning it.
Hey, that's Joe. Nigga, you better put an E on that. You better put an E on that.
Yo, Joe, man, we gonna give you a nickname, man. Keep coming back, keep coming through. We gonna give you a nickname, bro. We gonna get you right. We gonna get you street right, bro. We get you military right.
He gonna be Jay Blue.
Jay Blue. Ooh, I'm like, what? Jay Blue in the house. Ooh, Jay Blue. That's gangster. That's gangster. Joe, we gonna get you a nickname, bro. Keep coming through.
Put an E on that J-O. It ain't no man named J-O.
It's got a point. So, but for real though, I just wanted to throw that out there for real. Just getting back to that point.
Hold on. He said something else. Hold on.
No, that's it. We're all caught up. We're all caught up on that. And the thing is this. I just want to get back to that. We like to make like this stuff. We had a good time, but we're trying to tell you, these people are out here talking about armed rebellion, this, that, and the third, right? They ain't never been in a fist fight, let alone a firefight. Y'all don't know what y'all asking for. Y'all don't. You just saw in the video when that police officer, a man who was trained to handle that sort of stuff, as soon as he heard somebody shooting a gun in the air, what did he do? He wanted to run. It takes training to fight those instincts. It takes a lot of training to sit there and take rounds, right? It's not good. This is not what we need to do.
Cops showed that down in Uvalde. So there you go.
Yeah, yes. Those police officers were scared shitless. Wouldn't go in there and let those babies get murdered in that classroom. Scared shitless. It's hard, y'all.
Wouldn't even let that man go get his wife, bro. Fuck them cops, man. Fuck them Texas.
Yeah. So, and then we don't even want to talk about that, but that's what we're talking about. It takes training to overcome that. And this defund the police is a bunch of bullshit. We need to properly train our law enforcement. We need to pick the best of the best. We need to make sure that they're well compensated, right? We need to make sure that they're not overworked and stressed the hell out.
Make sure they've earned that respect that they want so bad. Make it to where they've earned it. They've done things that most people can't do.
Yeah, let's give them an opportunity to earn that, right?
Yeah.
Make it to where that badge means something.
Yes.
You feel me? Make sure they're held to account, right? They have the power to take your freedom and moreover take your life.
Yep.
Right? That has to mean something. So that's all we're saying here. So I've been going back and forth in that other chat with the brother, the supply guy who never went to the field, who never got deployed during wartime. How do you manage not to get deployed during wartime since 9/11? How do you manage not to go overseas?
Probably
you know what I mean?
Probably couldn't pass the physical. Probably was overweight.
You know what I mean? And Jay, like the watchman. Joseph is the watchman. Okay. So, yeah. What's good, bro? What's good, man? Yeah.
Who's the watchman?
Joseph the watchman. That's Joseph. That's Joe. That's Joe. What y'all? Joe Blue?
You got a watch pusher?
Hell yeah, man. Got to, bro. You know how we rock. I got the I'm wearing the Longines Conquest right now. It's my everyday, man. I like this watch.
I got the Tag Heuer Connect.
Hey, man, you know what you're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's the watch guy. But the point being this. The point being this. Americans are watching way too many movies and playing way too many video games. And they think that's real life. That's not how that shit works. You know what I mean? Like, you see somebody get tore up with a high-powered weapon, bro. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. The sights and sounds of combat, the sights and sounds of in the street fights. You know what I mean? It's not pretty. We don't want that.
Head getting bounced off something, boy. That sounds ugh.
That sounds horrible. We have a political system that can work, but Americans don't participate in the damn system. We all know that money has corrupted our system. No one goes out and votes. No one holds people to account. They don't. No one does.
That's because a lot of them are dumb, and others just refuse to acknowledge, especially in our community, that what it's taken to get those rights to vote. You know what I mean? And that's the part that irritates me, man. You look at our, at this point, our grandparents and great grandparents, and some of our parents, who could not vote, but did that stuff, sat down at the damn at the counters at Walgreens and let people curse at them and spit on them and all that stuff. Just like a lot of people in our community don't value an education. But you look at the Little Rock 7, what they had to go through. You know what I mean? So
just to go to school.
Just to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So, we as a community, we've elevated, athletes, TV stars, movie stars, reality stars.
Gangsters.
Yeah, gangsters to this, untouchable, amazing, status. But the people that should be held are the ones that are becoming scientists. The ones that are becoming doctors or lawyers or the ones that are, excelling in education. But we don't look at it like that. We look at I want to be like this dumbass trying to do better. On the street. On the streets. And that's a real point though. People they were when that long comment that old boy that Mr. J wrote, and he's talking about the political system and all that. He's talking about the political system. He's talking about all this other stuff. He has some points there. Our political system is run by the 1%. Our political system is all about money, but that can stop. That can stop in 4 years.
We can take all the money out of politics in 2 election cycles if the American people really wanted to do it. They just got to make it happen. But they won't put in the work. Term limits, you know what I mean? Get rid of the lobbyists, right? Take away the lobbyist power. Term limits, right? You can take the money out of politics easy. That is not hard. You don't need a AK-47 to take the money out of politics. You can do it with a vote.
Tell you, once people like Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell realize there's no more money to be made, they're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. Right? When the way it was set up, people were supposed to do their duty, their civic duty, go there, do their term, and do what's best for the people from their state, their district, the overall country, their state, their district, their county, their city, all the way down, right? That's how politics is supposed to work. People don't do that. There's money in it. People look at me all the time. You should go to D.C. Don't send me to D.C. If somebody's going to give me $50 million in Bitcoin,
I'm gone. What you need? All right.
Right? How about we change the system? Take the money out of it first, then send me.
Yeah.
Let's take the money out of it.
I mean, lots of people will be like, well, I would never take money. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. I can't be mad at AOC because she's a millionaire now. I can't be mad at her. I'm not mad at AOC. I can't be mad at Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's a millionaire now. Both them women went in there broke, and they're both millionaires right now. Both of them. They got the bread, bro. Bought and paid for it. They're going to vote the way it's supposed to vote according to the people who gave them the money.
Don't be mad at me for using the system. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at me. What is it? If a shark bites you, don't be mad at the shark.
Don't be mad at the shark. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Change the game. So to all those wannabe tough guys out there who think that they're going to be it's going to be another revolutionary war, man, just shut the fuck up and go vote. Go vote.
Man,
y'all ain't doing
so
shit.
Nonchalantly, though. You was like, just shut the fuck up.
Go vote. Because y'all ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? Y'all cowardly ass motherfuckers with hide behind emojis and shit like that. Here I am. This is me. I'm in Tampa. Come see me.
Get on.
Come see me. You know what I mean? I just cowardly as like I said, man, there are a lot of males in this country. But
go time out. Go stand in the corner.
Yeah, go stand in the fucking corner. There's a lot of males in this country, but there are a few men, and those numbers are dwindling. Men, y'all need to step up.
Go sit your supply moving paper towel bedpan washing ass in the corner.
In the corner, bro, for real. You know what I mean? And Brother Viking, my dad always said, I'm teaching you how to fight so you won't want to. You didn't need to start fights, or you don't need to start fights, sons, but you will know how to finish them if they happen. Salute to you and your fucking dad, bro.
Yeah, that's it right
Salute to you and your dad.
That's it right there.
For real.
Until you don't hit somebody and looked over and your knuckles, your fingers facing a different direction. Talking about, oops, should have made that fist a little tighter.
Should have made that fist a little tighter. Salute. So this is for you, Brother Viking.
What you doing? You paying some sardine? What you doing?
Yeah, I had to give him a little salute. I give him a little air.
You done fucked it up. You done messed it up. Now you gotta do it for him later. You done messed it up. You gonna make a fart sound?
You don't know the world, bro. You don't know the world. You new to this, man. That's that reggaeton horn. Da, 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 da. Shout out to you, Brother Viking. That's how it's supposed to be. Miss AKA lady. Miss AKA lady. There's a big sign in my area advertising police positions in huge letters. Starting salary $41,000. You're not gonna get the best with that salary. Absolutely.
No, you're gonna
get what you pay for.
You're gonna get Billy and his brother/dad, Michael.
You get what you pay for.
Working there. Because obviously she's in Florida because them cats don't make jack.
They don't make jack. You get what you pay for. So, all right, man, that's it. We covered what we wanted to cover. Bottom line is, people, quit acting like assholes when the police pull you over. If they're being an asshole, fine. If it's illegal, stop. Fine. You're going to get the bag. Be compliant. You know what I mean? Don't escalate the situation. Don't give people an opportunity to kill you. All right, that's all we're saying. Don't give people an opportunity to kill you. And if they did it wrong, guess what? They got body cam footage. Get your phone out. Film it if you can. That's illegal in some states, by the way. You know what? I think
bro. I know some people that got a problem with calling an officer sir. I'm like, then don't call him sir. Call him officer.
Don't call him sir. Call him officer.
Yeah.
Call him by his badge number. This is one of the things I do. When I get a police officer come up, he's being a little bit too aggressive, I call him by his badge number. It's right there on his badge. You know what I mean? All right, Officer 668.
There you go.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Officer 668. You know what I mean? Now they, oh shit, yeah. I know. I got your badge number, bro.
I'm paying attention. You know what I mean?
I'm paying attention.
That little girl in the beginning, bro, like she is lucky she's alive today.
She could have got herself killed and could have got all those other little young kids in the car killed along with her. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. I'm not saying be passive. I'm not saying be an Uncle Tom. I'm saying
don't do shit to get yourself killed.
Fight smart. You're outgunned, you're outnumbered in that situation. You're not gonna survive. But you know what? You can go to court. They did it wrong. You can go to court, and guess what? They'll probably settle with you because they know they're wrong.
Real. But I will say this though. You know what I mean? Like if you have an opportunity to record the police, always record the police.
Oh, if you can. If it's legal, check to see if they change the laws in your area, because I know they're changing the laws rapidly on that. They're making it illegal for people to film law enforcement.
Hey, if you stop in your car, turn that shit on in your car. I'm not recording the police. It's just on.
Yeah, just on. Turn it on. Have it recorded. Have your phone down. Don't put it in their face. Don't be like, I'm recording you.
That shit. Yeah,
just have it on so you got audio. At least you got audio. And and Brother Joseph was saying, Uvalde cops got minimum wage. If they got that much, I don't know what they got paid, but I'm telling you, they weren't getting paid much. You know what I mean? That was a very small, very, very small police force. And Brother Viking, yep, my dad hated the cops, but he also trained me how to act, how to act right around them so I don't get messed up. Absolutely, and you know what?
Brother. And that's exactly it right there. You know what I mean? You ain't got to like them, you ain't got to love them, but you got to know how to deal with them. Look, I didn't like everybody we worked with.
Sure didn't.
For real. You know
work with them all, though. Work with them all. And I would have gave my life from all of them on the mission. I sure would.
You know, I mean, just in general, you know what I mean? Like, just the cats as air traffic controllers. I didn't like all them cats I worked with, but you know what, though? I wanted to get that money, and I needed to get out of there every day.
And we're professional. At the end of the day, we had a job to do. We were keeping people alive.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I went to work. A lot of days I went to work because I felt I had to go to work. I'm like, oh man, I knew who was working. I'm like, I need to be there, man. Make sure nobody dies.
Seriously.
So yeah. So thanks to everybody who was and got involved today. Brother Joseph, Brother Viking, thank you so much, man. I've been seeing you over there in the Fresh and Fit world, man. So trust me, I am honored that you decided to spend some time with us. Hope to see you again, Miss AKA lady. You know what I mean? Brother Rod down there, Cornerstone Events, making a happen. Act Ozzy in the house. Thank y'all so much for coming in. For all you Ninja watchers out there, thank you. Please go ahead. Throw a subscribe in there, man. We're coming up on 500 subs. Throw a subscribe in there, please, if you don't mind. Like the video if you think it was cool. Any comments you want to put in the replay, please put them down there. I read all the comments, y'all. I do. I know they say don't read the comments, but I do. And I respond to every comment, especially now that I can. Anything you want to say, brother, before we wrap this up?
Yeah, your 92 Alpha Supply Shark having motherfucking little bitch ass. I can talk about how tough he is. Probably on the Fat Boy program, donut eating motherfucker. You need that sound from Full Metal Jacket where he pulled the donut out of his box. Talking about eat it. They
paid for it. That's right. What is this?
You fat sloppy. I ain't never been to the field.
For real,
I was gonna say fried chicken eating, bro, but that public spicy fried chicken is on point though.
See, there you go. That's why you on the Fat Boy program. So Sandy B. Law, what's happening? Hey DL, how you doing, Sandy? Thanks for coming over here. Suzette Speaks folks are in the house. We got speakers up in here. You know what I mean, Brother Viking, Brother Joseph, good vibes. Thank you so much. And Sandy B, I'll catch the replay. Yo, go over to her channel and subscribe. Sister Sandy B. Law, she's an attorney and she is on that. She's all about having the proper documentation involved in your life to better your life and better your family lives. Go over there and check out what she's doing. She's got a couple really good shows on Suzette Speaks.
If y'all get a family, get a living trust.
Living trust, yes. Go to Sandy B. Law talks about living trust, right? Talking about wills, talking about all that good stuff.
Because the government, they're gonna come take all your shit, put you in probate, and take it.
Boy, it's all about the fine print. So go over there and check out Sandy B. Law for real. Go support her. Give her a subscribe and some likes and stuff like that. Thank y'all. I'm DL Saint.
Yo, wait. If you're a stripper, do you need an LLC? Are you like an independent contractor, or what's the deal with that?
If you was most strippers don't pay their taxes. That money's all cash under the rug. But if they figure out a way to show, in my opinion, this is just me talking, if they figure out a way to show how much money you're making, like if they can track your earnings, like whoever you work for is tracking your earnings, then yeah, I would say you definitely want to be an LLC, be an independent contractor and work it that way. At least get you some tax breaks and stuff like that. Otherwise, that's just all personal income. And we all know a bad stripper in Tampa is making $100,000 a year.
But hold on, here you go. And now you know. What's that little rainbow joint from the Saturday morning cartoons?
And no one's half the battle. Yo, Joe.
There you go. No one's half the battle. There you go.
Yo, Joe. Sandy B. Law, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, love. I'll be checking you out. She's having a good time. LOL, strippers would need to set up a business. Absolutely, they're bringing in bread, bro. Strippers are making money, man.
Sandy B throwing her business card out at the
Hey, go ahead and throw it out there. Holla at Sandy B. I know some strippers in Miami that was making $10,000 a week. They were only in the club 3 days, bro. 4 days.
Sandy, if you need DL and me to go drop off some business cards, we will gladly go do some recon work for you at the various clubs.
No problem whatsoever. We won't charge you that much.
We use it as a write-off too.
But only charge you gas money, girl. You want to go to the club and do some research for you? We'll go ask these strippers what they need. Only she's like, I need to. Only charge gas money, girl. It's a good deal. Actually, right now, gas money's a lot right now, so we'll share a car. We'll even share a car. How about that?
Can't have them get too close though, because that monkeypox, boy. I saw a picture of that shit. That make herpes look friendly.
Man, look. That monkeypox is scary. But that's another show. We got to get out of here, bro. We're coming up on 2 hours. Yo, man. That's like Jay Swan. Yeah, man. Yeah, that long. That's Jay Swans. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. Thank y'all so much for kicking it with us, man. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.